Timothy Kimmel, seriously funny shit. My book is shit jokes. Fat people are usually considered affluent. That's why some people just eat their own shit all day and get fat in the wrong way. And people sometimes mistake them for the fat affluent people, but they're wrong. And sometimes they marry these people and they don't realize it until later why they always have breath that tastes like shit. But maybe they will after I say this joke. Manipulative people tell deep people to dig deep, aware, or thinking those people are capable of being deep. Ironically, the people asking this of people that they think are caring are unable to recognize deep even if it occurs, knowing it only as a manipulation. Chapter 2. It's manipulation. Tactic and not with any real substance. Using these words as an excuse to make caring people feel bad so that non-caring people can get what they want from them. It is really a double-edged insult of unfounded superiority over someone else's intellect and assumed intellectual supremacy over people that care. Ridiculous and illogical, but sort of funny. That being said, it could also be a statement such as dig deep, as in I dig deep people, and so do I. Thoughts and or situations and acknowledgement of depth, and in others words, actions, and discernment. People often misunderstand words and psychological principles, preferring to interpret them incorrectly through ignorance or purposefully to make a situation less fun. I do not usually correct them because why waste my truth on ignorance? It would not change them into less ignorant people, so would be a waste of energy. Besides, misinterpreting words and actions can be frustrating. A knowledge of somebody else's mistakes usually make up for the actual situation. They thought I was deaf as a kid because manipulative people were constantly trying to manipulate me, and I just ignored them. It's true, I didn't talk till I was 3 years old, 3-something. And I was like, gosh dang it, I feel like I should have never talked. I'm betrayed. And yet, it was boring. Laughing on the inside about somebody else's stupidity usually makes a bully's facade bearable. Even intolerable types. Yeah, it was boring, but I didn't want to do what they wanted me to do. It was so lame. Manipulative people are like that. An ex-friend of mine was a good friend. I was a good friend, but he was not. And I had to accept this reality and move on from them for my own good. He told me one time that abused people like to be abused. I should have ended our friendship right there, but it took me a while to wise up. He was thinking of Stockholm Syndrome, but completely misunderstood the concept. I've been abused before, and I know for a fact that abused people do not like to be abused at all, ever. And I don't even think he gets the joke. People or being abused do not like to be abused, truth. People. And they don't like to be abused either. They don't like abusive people, and they don't like to be abused. Instead of asking someone knowledgeable about abuse, such as me, he instead tried to convince me of his ignorant idea, losing my respect and friendship. Why such a statement about a topic you know nothing about to someone that knows about the topic for first-hand experience? Instead, seeming like a fool. He probably also wanted to hurt my feelings, but like I said, people often told me how intelligent this person was and how discerning. And yet, thinking about it, I have never heard him say any intelligent statement in our entire acquaintance together. Those other people almost had me convinced, but I trust my own experience and opinions over anybody else's. Knowing other people's opinions are often based on feelings and not actual evidence. And mine, at least, mostly unbiased with an understanding and sense of humor about my shortcomings. Although ignorance can be funny, it can also be frustrating. In order to counter this phenomenon, I sometimes say ignorant BS just to see if other people believe that I believe it, getting a kick out of it somehow. If you cannot beat them, then join them and kick their ass at it. I named a wicked villain in one of my stories after my mother Mary because I thought she would get a kick out of it, and also an homage to many long conversations with my older sister Lorraine and her propensity to talk shit about and blame our mother about every aspect of life that she took personally and somehow wronged. Even even though she's an adult, it seems as if our mother is such a dark force to her second oldest daughter and my older half sister. I used to just nod and say, yup. But I got fed up one day and said, I'm sick of you talking shit about mom. She doesn't even remember that shit. Although I felt better for saying this, my mom's a pothead. That's why she doesn't remember. She blames it on dementia, but it's really the marijuana. That's what I love about weed, too. Saying this, my sister kicked me out of her house immediately. Nowadays, I just laugh thinking about it. Grow up. Holding grudges like this is not good for you or anybody. Plus, there's nothing to forgive, and pretending to have a cause for hate is not good for me either. And it was dragging me backwards towards a point I overcame a long time ago. Why can't she and be healed? Parents often put sexual thoughts on their innocent kids, forgetting that their children are innocent and have no idea what they're talking about, or at least they didn't before the accusations. My nickname was Faggot until I was 12 years old. I've never been gay and have always had crushes on women older women usually, and girls my age. I told my family members that I'm heterosexual, but they refused to believe me, so I quit telling them, and it continued to be my nickname. Every day after I got home from school, my dad would say, "Hey, faggot, how was your day at school?" affectionately. And, "Hey, faggot, get me a crescent wrench." I had to do my chores so as not to get in trouble. Sometimes he would say, "butt wipe" instead. One day when I was 12, I was about to go home and clean out my cubbyhole bedding area where I slept. My mother having reminded me about it that morning, and I responded, "I'll get it done after school." I was going to do it also because I did not want her finding my magazine I had printed off the internet while they were in town. I was at school and flipped out, calling me mean names, such as freak and pervert, to name a few. My dad just said, "I can't believe you're not gay. I really thought you were. I mean, I've been calling you a faggot all these years for no reason? You're really not gay?" 10-year-old chicks. They made me throw away my favorite magazine and quit using my nickname. Nothing had changed except their perception of me. I liked women the whole time. Whatever the situation